What's something you absolutely have to buy? Name brand, generic can't compare. I know this is exactly the question, but fuck Rose Art. Crayola is as low as the quality should get. As a teacher, Crayola, and fucking Ticonderoga pencils. The others don't sharpen for shit. For the Aussies, shapes. Especially the barbecue and pizza flavors. All the generic ones taste like the cardboard box they come in. Command strips. Generic ones basically don't exist. I happened to come across some at a local supermarket for $2.99. I bought them and put a mirror up. It fell down within an hour. Luckily it didn't break. I went back to the store, bought the actual ones, $7.99, and put it back up. 4 days later, it's still on my wall, haha. My dentist office has a lead apron hanging on the wall with command strips. Wood pencils. Ticonderoga is a godsend for those pesky exams that don't allow mechanical pencils. Other pencils either don't sharpen or have shitty erasers that are so bad I feel like I'm using a real-life blur tool. Game controllers. Non-official controllers feel like cheap plastic to me. Skeptical. Icy Hot. Somehow I ended up with 2 generic brands and 1 actual Icy Hot brand of roll-on gel. The generic brand lasts for about 5 minutes. The Icy Hot has a way better burn for 45 minutes to an hour. Soy sauce. Get the Walmart brand and it's like drinking shitty salt water. Get the Kiko man, you're drinking sparkling salt water. Life pro tip: buy it once in the little cool bottle, wash out the bottle after you're done, then buy it in 2 liters bottles from your closest Chinese supermarket. Mad savings. This might be a little obvious, but, like, Leathermans, or rather, multi-tools. While you can find okayish multi-tools every here and there off-brand, they really suck compared to their more expensive counterparts. Leatherman, Gerber and Victorinox are the only ones I feel comfortable buying anymore, as the likelihood of it not just crumbling under strenuous work is always worth it. And #X200B, sponsor me please. Sticky notes gotta be post-it. Fun fact, most people don't use them properly. Don't pull up, pull straight down. It won't curl and sticks much better. This changed my life. Motorcycle gear, specifically helmets. Buying a proper brand, Shoei, Arai etc. is essential to me if you're planning on riding at all. You can't set a budget on protection for your noggin. Lots of people use the argument of they're all tested to the same standard. Which is true, for their minimum, but the top brands test beyond the needs for certification. Protect your head. Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce, nobody else's comes close. Lee & Perrins is also the original. So literally all other Worcestershire sauces are knockoffs based on rough assumptions on what the actual recipe is. Fun fact, it is based on an attempt by an Englishman's staff to recreate hot and spicy sauces he enjoyed whilst serving in India. On returning to England he tasked his staff to recreate these for his dinner table. They failed terribly and the horrible concoction was stored away in a cellar where it slowly aged and fermented. Years later it was found again and someone tasted it. And thus was born the most amazing condiment known to man. Shoes for work. On my feet for the entire shift. Came to comment work shoes. I had an $80 pair and upgraded to a $200 pair. My feet haven't hurt since, especially when they're paired with a nice pair of work socks. Cotton swabs. There is a minimal difference in price but the quality difference is huge. People who buy the ones with plastic sticks are psychopaths. Oil filters, shoes and tires. Damn, is that true about oil filters? I've been buying generic this whole time. Walmart shoes. Last time I bought a pair they lasted like 3 months before they started to literally disintegrate as I was walking. Meanwhile a pair of Vans I've had for almost 3 years now are still good, maybe just a little dirty and worn looking. You have to buy name brand shoes unless you want to buy new shoes every few months. I don't doubt I've probably been wearing them longer than I should have and I'm replacing them very soon, or at least demoting them to yard work only status. I tend to wear shoes until they start to literally fall apart and I know that's probably not great for my feet/back act, but I hate not getting my full money's worth out of things. Condoms. I'm too afraid to try any brand other than Trojan because they've worked so far and I don't want to risk a little Lieutenant brand happening just because I wanted to save some cash. Terry's chocolate oranges. There is only one chocolate orange and it belongs to Terry. Terry loves chocolate oranges. Dawn dish soap, specifically the blue variety. It also kills fleas. I work at an aerospace machine shop. Dawn Ultra Platinum Advanced Power. The name sounds dumb, but it's wildly accurate. Dry erase markers. Expo or no go? Lego. Hell yeah. You don't realize how good the manufacturing tolerances on Lego are until you get some of the off-brand crap. You're just used to the pieces all fitting together with the same amount of force, enough to make them stick together, but not so much that they're hard to fit, or impossible to take apart. And then you get the off-brand crap. Holy cow. That is a bunch of inaccurately made garbage. Pieces either have the tolerances so loose so that they don't snap together and just fall apart, or so tight that you can't force them to snap at all. And just try building a tower of 25 plus of the same brick high, it'll be wonky as fuck because some pieces are ever so slightly taller on one side than the other. Not enough to notice if you put 2 or 3 bricks together, but once you make a big tower those imperfections really add up. I will say this for off-brand Lego, getting a small set and playing with it for half an hour really makes you appreciate just how good real Lego is. Backpacks. You buy an Osprey pack and you get a lifetime warranty. They'll repair it for free, you just pay to ship it to them, and if it's too old they'll just give you a brand new pack that's a current model too. It's also been super cool to see their engineers fix all the stuff that's broken often on my packs with new design on their newer models too. They've forever got my consumer loyalty. Edit, in case it's helpful to anyone, I have a Camber 32 liters that I use for skiing and any travel a week or less. When my coat could no longer be repaired as it was outdated, they let me pick which color camber I wanted. Crayola crayons. Others just can't get the taste quite right. Shoes. You wear them so much and bad shoes can be uncomfortable or get stinky. Sharpies. Other permanent markers just suck. Also, shoes. Knockoff store brands shoes fall apart instantly. Game controllers, off-brand ones are genuinely garbage. Edit, apparently there are a lot more good markers out there that I had no clue about. Parts for my computer if any. I have questions about your username. Swiffer wet mop pads. The generic ones smell weird and they don't have as much cleaning product on them so they dry out super quick. For those of us in the UK, McVitie's digestive biscuits. Generic brand digestives tends to not have the same snap as a McVitie's and will either use less sugar or too much. Edit, generic, not genetic. Sriracha sauce. You can get good non-rooster sauce, but most of them suck. Not worth the risk. Feminine products. There's a huge difference in the quality and design. I actually had to switch from Always pads to the generic brand, because the glue was too strong and would rip the plastic it was attached to from the pad when I removed it, leaving strips of plastic and impossible to remove glue on my underwear. Switched to generic and now they peel up in one piece, thank God. Coke, especially Mexican Coke in glass bottle. Deleted. Tampons. If you buy some that are cheaper you end up sticking cardboard up your chamber of secrets, and nobody wants that. Pop-Tarts. Off-brand toaster pastries are typically disappointing. They usually lack the amount of icing on Pop-Tarts. Trash bags. I purchased a box of dollar store trash bags. There were like 3 inside the box and all 3 were thin AF. Pads. My period is already shitty without cheap pads. Gillian chocolate seashells. They're so fucking good. And even trying to go a cheaper route, you'll miss all the beauty of this chocolate that makes it so damn unique. They're incredible. Dude, you have to head your ass to Lidl and buy their generic version. Half the cost Gillian and genuinely superior in every way. It blew my mind discovering this so much that I did a blind taste test with friends. 7/8 chose the Lidl version. Goes under the label of J.D. Gross Belgian chocolate sea cells. Do yourself a solid and try them. Batteries. Wherever I see batteries leaking and corroding, they're always some off-brand I've never heard of. The cheaper price and just not worth the risk of damaging electronics. Cheetos will never be replicated. Toilet paper. 3-step plan to understanding what being an adult actually means. Step 1, become an adult. Step 2, try saving money on toilet paper. Step 3, Decide no money is worth using Walmart's paper-thin cardboard sheets. Oreos. Not just for the random fun flavors. I don't trust Twist and Shout cookies. Certain makeup, but specifically bases like foundations or CC cream that go all over. There are things I'm fine buying cheap, however, even what I buy at the drugstore is a name brand that I trust on my face all day. I use several brands of varying price, but I don't buy off brands, particularly the ones at the dollar store that I don't recognize, for the sake of my face and not wanting to buy cosmetics that were tested on animals. Removed. Dog food. Pet food in general. Cheap pet foods contain mostly fillers and some nasty stuff. Even some expensive brands aren't good. You really have to look at the ingredients of what you're buying if you care about your pets. Doritos. Philadelphia cream cheese. Batteries and tampons. Cheez-Its. Get outta here with that cheese nip shit. Vicks Vapor Rub. Generic supermarket ones are rubbish. Band-Aids, generic, never seem to stick for shit. Ruffles. Off-brands can't compare, and Frito-Lay knows it, as it is virtually never on sale, unlike their wavy chips. I can feel Aldi sweating as I read this. Aldi is in a league of its own though. So many Aldi products are as good if not better than the name brand. Tips. None of that cheap-ass cotton for deep down into my ear canal. I love how you specifically aren't supposed to use tips for what everyone uses them for. Not exactly name brand, but bread. I can't get that cheap shit. I'll put Kraft Singles and Oscar Mayer lunch meat on it, but damn it, my bread is going to have seeds and shit all up in it. Hippie bread or no bread. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Dish or laundry detergent. You literally use half a bottle of generic in one go compared to the name brand one. Cozy Shack pudding. Ketchup. Has to be Heinz because everything else tastes horrible in comparison. Looking at you, bottle of Dollar Tree Hunts. Synthroid. My body just doesn't absorb any generic thyroid medications. Only the name brand gets my levels anywhere close to normal. Generic was $5 per month and name brand is $90 per month. But taking generic is like taking nothing for me, so I have no choice. Most insurance, actually all that I've seen, will cover brand Synthroid if the prescriber indicates dispensers written. You may be bumped to a higher tier copay, but you wouldn't be paying out of pocket costs. Synthroid is the one drug that we don't roll our eyes at when people ask for brand name. Source: 12 years in pharmacy. Toilet paper. Don't care how expensive it is, I'd rather wipe with something soft than with something scratchy and thin. Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Holy shit, supermarket brands are disgusting. I've had Lactaid milk for several years at this point, and I'm not even lactose intolerant. Other brands of milk just taste like shit. Loving the replies to this comment. I'm learning a whole lot about milk that I was not expecting. Lactose-free milk is literally just regular milk with the lactase enzyme added. The bonus: if you are lactose intolerant, once you add lactose-free milk to anything, the whole recipe becomes lactose-free. Take a milkshake for example. The ice cream isn't lactose-free, but if you add lactose-free milk, even the ice cream becomes lactose-free because you've added the enzyme. Hellmann's Mayo. Clothing. Not saying you have to go high-end, but clothes that are made well will wash and fit the same for so much longer. Crayola crayons. Fuck rose art. Frosted Flakes. Ironically enough, since the branded ones are called Frosties in Europe, Frosted Flakes is often the name of the off-brand versions. There's a lot of comments, and I'm sure this has been said, but Band-Aid brand bandages, anything else just doesn't stick the same.